Hi everybody, I'm Rob, this is Julie.
Hello.
This is Aaron.
Hello.
And we're from Bowflex. This is the first ever of one of these events. The idea here today is to show you a little bit about the TreadClimber, to give you a little bit of the background of the product, to explain how it works, but honestly, first and foremost, this is about answering your questions. We realize it's hard to make a decision around TreadClimber because you aren't able to try it. You can't kick the tires at a retail store, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But this is the next best thing, we think. So we're going to demonstrate the product and talk to you about it, but really, as I say, this is about answering your questions.
Yeah. TreadClimber is incredibly easy, it's effective, it's convenient, it's all the things that we promised. That's what we want to show you here today. Julie has offered to get on the TreadClimber, take a little walk, and show us what a typical workout would be like. We can stop it, we can start it, we can talk to you about the workout. So please, as you're interacting with us online, just tell us what you'd love for us to do, and we can make it happen. Let's go ahead and get Julie going at a slow pace here, and just see how easy it is to start it up. So she's going to hit the quick start button on the TreadClimber, and she's going to get moving. It starts at a very, very slow pace at first. Julie, what's the mile per hour that it starts off there?
I think I'm going to be at 1.0.
Okay, so it's going to start you off at 1. This is the beginning speed for the TreadClimber.
It does go slower.
It does go slower,
to be sure.
yes.
You can slow it way down. And you'll notice a lot of what we're talking about is ease and comfort, because that's a real important feature of TreadClimber. It's not supposed to be an intimidating workout. It should work for everybody.
Absolutely.
I'll put you back up. Sorry about that,
That's
Julie.
okay. I'm ready to work out.
All right.
This is why I showed up today, right?
A lot of people ask us about the workout. What does it feel like? How does it work? Looking at this, you can probably see right now, you are walking forward just like you would on a normal treadmill. At the same time, you're getting that stepping motion of a stepper, and when you combine those two motions together, it actually creates an elliptical pattern with your feet. You'll notice that as Julie walks forward, with every step, these treadles rise to meet her feet. So when she's reaching her foot out in the front, boom, that treadle is right there to meet her. So it's incredibly comfortable, and it's not jarring at all in your joints, which is one of the things that people love about the TreadClimber, because it's such a smooth, low impact workout.
And it looks a little bit like a treadmill. A lot of the questions, frankly, that we get are, why not a treadmill? Let's start with how it's different. TreadClimber is different in as much as it's at an incline, and it's always at an incline. And the deck of the treadmill, as it were, is split into these two treadles. Why do we do that? First and foremost, because it makes the walking motion a lot more comfortable. Walking on an incline helps burn calories, because walking alone, while it's easy to do for most folks, it's pretty comfortable. It's in fact the most popular fitness activity in the world. It's not as effective as it could be, so we added a little bit of a slope. But when you do that on a treadmill, what happens is, in a single flat surface, you end up with your leg, and you won't be able to see my legs, in flexion. Your ankles are in flexion the whole way, which is to say, it's difficult on your body. If you've ever tried it, you get on a treadmill, and we've all done this, you get on for, say, 5 minutes and put it on an incline. This is about a 10 to 12 degree incline, and you find it's really painful on your ankles and on your shins. The magic of TreadClimber is each treadle, effectively with this shock absorber, supports each step and takes you from the high point of the incline down to a flat level surface. So that's a lot of mechanics, but really what's happening is it's making the walk feel comfortable even though you're walking uphill. And what's important in fitness is getting it done, doing the work, right? So if you're comfortable, we've learned you'll do it more frequently. If you do it more frequently, you get better results, you burn calories, and that's what everybody's excited about when it comes to getting into a fitness routine.
Yeah, one of the things that you hit on there was the shocks. You mentioned the shocks, and this might be a good time to tell people about how those work. The shocks are actually what's acting to lift the treadles back up, to have them meet the feet as you're walking forward.
And they're adjustable. That's one of the questions we get, which is, how does the TreadClimber workout work? Well, it's mostly the speed, the belt speed. So as we were talking about before, Julie's now at 1.5 miles per hour. So you can control that, and you can also control the rate at which the treadles fall, which is effectively the intensity of the workout. So I'll show you how this works. Each treadle has a shock absorber attached to it, and a little indicator of where you're set. So generally, I recommend when you start the workout, This is as easy to turn as it looks. You put it on minimum and start your first TreadClimber workout. What does that mean? Minimum is actually going to mean that the treadles don't drop as fast as far. So in effect, the surface is a little bit more like flat. As you get more accustomed to the workout, you move it up into max. And at the max point, which is about where Julie is today, you see a lot of, you want to see this a little closer? Here you go. So here's where max is. As I say, just turn it. There's the midpoint. There's the minimum point. So this is what's controlling the fall rate of the treadles.
Yeah, and this is what makes it adjustable for all people, all fitness levels, and for different weights. What you find is what's comfortable for you is going to be different than what's comfortable for someone else. And that can be because of your weight or because of the way the treadles fall. Some people don't like to have a lot of treadle displacement because that is a harder workout. So when you start off, you don't necessarily have to have as much treadle displacement as maybe someone else would.
We have a couple of questions. Yeah, so you guys are starting to bring questions in, and in fact, as we registered for the event, some of you had some questions, which I thought were really good. Some of them are related to what we're doing here. One of them was, well, what if I can't do half an hour? What if I can't do 20 minutes? And it's perfectly understandable. When you start fitness, any sort of routine, my advice to you as a personal trainer, but also as a friend, is know that it's going to be tough. You're not going to get the 30 minutes in the first time. You're not going to run 5 miles your first time out. You're not going to lift 200 pounds in your first bench press. That's the point of fitness. It's about getting better and doing it slowly and incrementally. And if you do it slowly and incrementally, what you're going to find is the results generate excitement and enthusiasm about doing it again and getting better results. And so it's a virtuous cycle. If you can only work out for 5 minutes the first time, believe me, you're in good company. A lot of us, the first time we got on TreadClimber, only worked out for 5 minutes.
That's the story that we hear time and time again from people. If you've seen any of the people in our TreadClimber commercials, all of them are real people. All of them are real TreadClimber users. We reach out to them via email and say, hey, for those of you who experienced TreadClimber, who have purchased, tell us your story. Tell us what's going on. Those people write back to us, and then we put them in the commercials. And time and time again, the story that I hear for these people who have lost anywhere from 30, 40, up to 120 plus pounds, the story is the same. I got on it, and I started walking, and I thought, hey, this is great. And then I could go 5 minutes, 10 minutes. It takes time. It can take time. So that's a great place to start. It's absolutely fine.
Getting started is the most important.
Getting started is the most important part, and there's no better way to start getting activity and exercise into your life than walking, and that is the brilliance of this machine.
Got some questions. So one of them, and this is a real popular question, Bruce is asking, can you run on the machine? And the answer is you can't run on a TreadClimber. The maximum speed on the TC20 is about 4.5 miles an hour. On the other models, it's 4 miles an hour. That's a very brisk walk. That is frankly a really intense workout on this machine.
Yeah, and this might be a great time actually. This might help answer that question for them to understand, like, well, if I can't run, how am I going to get a great workout? I actually have here my phone. It's hooked up to a heart rate monitor that Julie is wearing. When Julie started just walking on the machine, her heart rate was probably around a 68, 69 beats per minute. Julie is already, I'll see if we can get this up on the screen. Julie is already, I don't know if I'm on camera or not here, but it's around 132. She is well within the heart rate zone right now.
We've seen her go higher.
And it's not just because I'm excited right now to be talking to these great people. It's serious.
Julie, this is a pace that's very comfortable for you, right?
Absolutely. Well, it's walking at 1.5 too. I mean, that's the thing. If you were to walk at 1.5 on a treadmill, for people that are active or that work out often, that's really slow.
Right.
Here I am, 1.5. Now I'm talking, my heart rate goes up. Yeah. I'm already starting to get a little sweat going.
That's how it works.
I mean, it's great. It's a completely different motion than just walking, but it's challenging. It's great.
Now let's torch you a little bit.
Okay.
Show us where you typically like to work out on the TreadClimber. Keep in mind, we were at about a 132 before heart rate. We'll get you going here, and we'll see where that takes you then.
Now it took me a while. I woke at 2.5, and that took me a while to get to 2.5.
Yeah.
So
for a constant 30 minutes.
Okay, so 2.5 miles per hour,
2.5.
not where you started when you first started working on the TreadClimber. It's what you worked up to.
Absolutely. Well, the first time I tried, I was at 4.0 because that's what I walk on a treadmill, and I could not figure it out.
Yeah.
And then I ran into some lady that we work with here, and she was like, take it to 2.5. Take it to 2.5 and come and see me. And I'm like, how would you even get a workout? 2.5 is nothing. And that workout pretty much sealed the deal for me. This is my go-to.
Yeah.
So not a running machine. It's one of the questions we get a lot. And if you're interested in running, by all means, go for it. You know, some of us are runners. Running's hard on your body. It's hard on your joints. There's a lot of people we talk to who aren't ready for that and who really don't want to run. For me, while I run and play soccer and do other things, I actually find what I like is to come back from a weekend of hard work and do a really low impact workout on the TreadClimber. You still get your cardio, you still get all the benefit of it, but it's not running. So that's one of the things, you know, this isn't about just pitching on the machine, it's about telling the truth and telling you what's going on.
Yeah.
Some other questions I thought we should just try to jump in. I know we've got a lot to talk about. One question, let's see, this is from T. Chandler. Is it difficult to set up? Is there a service? There is. So it's not a difficult setup. It comes in several boxes. I think the thing that's difficult, as it were, about TreadClimber is it's heavy. Like any piece of cardio equipment, it's much smaller than a treadmill or than an elliptical. But you know, this is a steel frame, and there's a motor back here, so it's kind of cumbersome, but it's not too difficult to set up. Probably an hour or two at tops. Best of all, we do have a service, so we can, when you purchase TreadClimber, we can send somebody out, have them set up in your home, take care of everything for you, and all you got to do is press start and go, like Julie did today.
Yeah, just be sure to ask about it when you call in to order. That's the best thing to do.
We got some other questions here.
Okay.
This is actually a great question. I hadn't even thought of this. Josh is asking, how much does the machine shake when I'm using it? Can I watch my iPad? Great question. What's very different about this, say from a treadmill, is because you're not pounding on the deck and because there's these shock absorbers, it doesn't shake at all. We don't have the camera, but I promise you, well, you can maybe even see the water in Julie's water bottle. It moves a little bit.
Yeah, it probably shakes less than most treadmills when you're running. I mean, honestly, because you're just not getting the same kind of impact on the machine. And you can see, I mean, we're standing here right next to it. It's not shaking around. Julie, let's check your heart rate.
I am sweating. So I'm at 11 minutes. I told you, the 10-minute mark.
That's where you start to get speed.
That's my time.
Okay. Julie is now, see if we can get this back on camera again. There we go. 155. I saw her just a minute ago up above 160.
And she was talking.
Yeah, but so she's well within that fat burning zone that she's going to want to be in to really burn calories.
And I'm walking at 2.5. That's what.
2.5 miles per hour. Right. And she's getting a great workout. And this machine in particular, I believe, goes up to 4.5 miles an hour, right?
Right.
So
that's a real significant
quite,
workout.
yeah, which is pretty. And typically, what ends up happening is people who are going to go that fast are taller. They've got a longer stride length, and so those faster speeds will accommodate them as well.
Yeah, and it's, you know, back to that running conversation. You're getting running like calorie burn, which is to say you're getting the workout that you would from a run, but you're doing it in a walk, and it's so much easier on your body. Another question Carol is asking, and this is one we get a lot too. Where can I try it before I buy it? The thing about Bowflex and the thing about TreadClimber is, if you don't have a friend who has the product at home, there isn't any retailer that carries TreadClimber. As an aside, there are gyms this year, and as we go forward, there are gyms, 24 Hour Fitness, and some other gyms that are starting to have the commercial version of TreadClimber, which is a great way to experience the product because you get a real feel for what it's like. That's a larger machine. It's a little bit different, but you get the motion. You'll understand how it works. But at the end of the day, it's one of the challenges we have, and the reason we're doing the event today is to talk to you about the product because you can't try it at home. But the magic of having a warranty and a guarantee is that if you order the product and you're not satisfied with it, you can return it. So, you know, best case, find a friend who's got a TreadClimber. Worst case, do your research. If you think TreadClimber is for you and you're ready to buy, know that you can always you can return the product back. You won't bring it back.
Yeah, we also the buyback guarantee.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Bowflex buyback guarantee.
Yeah, the thing is to believe in it too, because you give it a chance and you really work at it. It's an amazing.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it's hard to talk and work out.
It's an amazing workout for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
So some other questions. This is does it really burn more calories question, which is another common question. It does burn more calories than other machines. Why is that? Well, so for the biomechanics types, what's happening, among other things, is that you're standing. A standing workout, so as opposed to the bikes, recumbents and upright bikes, the minute you sit down, you start burning fewer calories because you're engaging fewer muscles. So with TreadClimber, you're burning more calories than bikes in large part because you're standing and you're walking, you're doing something like that. You're starting to...
I know!
So that's it. Versus ellipticals, the magic of TreadClimber is because you're walking and stepping up and you're not shuffling along. Ellipticals are upper body and lower body machines. They promise a full body workout. The downside of ellipticals, while they do have that low impact sort of characteristic that we share with TreadClimber, you're not working very hard, and it actually doesn't feel like you're working very hard, which is why people enjoy it.
Yeah, so, we talk about this a lot. You know, when you go into a gym and you look and see what everybody is on, everyone's on ellipticals. You're probably waiting to get on an elliptical machine. The reason is because it's the easiest workout that's there, that's available to people. People aren't on, you know, some of the other equipment. So I think that's a really good point.
It burns more calories. So I'm sorry. It burns more calories. The last is treadmills. You can burn more. So let's be honest. You can burn more calories on a treadmill. If you put a treadmill at, let's say, a 10 or 12 degree incline and run on it at 6 miles an hour, which is an incredibly difficult workout. I do occasionally a little interval workout like that. That's a really hard workout. You can burn more calories on a treadmill, and there's no question. If you were running on your TreadClimber, you'd be burning more calories. But the point is, you don't need to. You burn a lot of calories in a way that's more comfortable, that's more approachable for more people, and honestly, if it doesn't hurt your body and you do it and you burn the calories, you're going to stick with it.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, the ease of use, the idea that you can walk and get a workout, that's the magic of TreadClimber. That's why so many people are so fanatic about this product, because it is just walking. When I moved out here to the Pacific Northwest from Tennessee, and in the time that I lived there, I accumulated biscuits and other things.
Barbecue.
Barbecue.
Yeah.
I lost 15 pounds when I got here, and I was not a fitness nut because I got on the TreadClimber and started using it, and I just walked. That's all I did, and that was my gateway into fitness, actually. So I'm a believer. I know my wife uses it.
Yeah.
She loves it. She's seen great results from it. I've got friends that have purchased the TreadClimber and seen great results as well. And again, as we mentioned before, those testimonials, those people that you see on TV are real. They all write in to give us their success stories. That weight loss is real. Those people committed themselves to changing their lives, and all they actually did was walk on this machine. So that kind of speaks for itself.
I like this question. I'm not entirely sure how to answer it. Benjamin asked, do chicks dig dudes that tread climb? I guess we could ask Julie, but I think part of that question is...
I do.
Yeah, part of the fitness sort of journey for most everyone, ourselves included, is about feeling good about how you look, right? I mean, and as Aaron mentioned before, the people we talk to and the people we feature in our advertising or our marketing online, those people are real people. And not every last one of them has had a reason to get involved in fitness and is proud of their results. They share a lot, and one of the things they share is they're proud of what they did. I mean, and that's what's really fun about being in this business. Honestly, if I could talk to you, one-on-one, everybody out there, I would say, if you're thinking about getting involved, whether you buy TreadClimber or don't buy TreadClimber, whether you're not sure, you're on the fence, just get involved in fitness first and foremost.
Yeah.
What's magic about it is you start to get results, you start to look better, you start to feel better. So, did chicks dig dudes that TreadClimb? Yes, but that's because guys who do TreadClimber, women who do TreadClimber, when you start to get a little bit of fitness, you start to feel better about yourself. I'll tell you what, even if you don't think you're an attractive person, I promise you, being happy makes a huge difference.
Yeah, and Anthony.
Great
That was just on our recent TreadClimber commercial too. He's a basketball player, so come on.
Yeah, that's the thing.
He got a swagger back. He's
And we've got some more people that are coming through the pipe that you're going to see on TV soon who are young males who are using this product. So it's definitely across the spectrum. You're seeing all different people from all different walks of life who want to get into fitness in the easiest way possible. Fitness isn't fun for everybody. At Bowflex, we get that. That's one of the key things that we understand. So the idea that we can bring you something that actually provides results and does it incredibly fast, that's the secret, One of the things that, I have a question here from Kathy from South Texas. She says, I understand a TreadClimber and an elliptical are much harder to use than a treadmill. I have only been on a treadmill and not sure if I have the strength to do the TreadClimber. Can you take it back down,
Yeah.
Julie? Back down.
Oh, my pleasure.
I want to take it back down for a couple of reasons. One, because I know it's going to be easier for people to hear us at home, and we can talk about how loud the machine is. They can hear it, but it's not incredibly loud. We're able to stand here and talk.
Hard because you're not bouncing on it.
Julie is now back down to, what are you at the very bottom?
One.
Back down to
Maybe
1 mile an hour.
about-
Take it all the way down, as low as it will go. Okay, this is it. Julie is now walking at the slowest pace that the machine will allow.
And holding onto the handle, which is another.
Absolutely, holding on to the handle, so it is extremely accommodating. If this was too difficult for you at this pace, you could change the resistance on the shocks and actually make it so that you aren't doing as much of an incline there. So there are things that you can do to even make it even easier than this, but this is the thing, when people come to us and say, I weigh 280 pounds, I weigh 290 pounds, I was worried when I bought the machine that I wouldn't be able to work out. Yes, they could. They absolutely could do it. These are the people that have seen incredible success.
Yeah, one of the questions that came up through the event so far is how far do the treadles actually move? They move less than 12 inches, which doesn't sound like a lot. And as we've been talking about, you can adjust them so that they're actually moving less than a couple inches. The magic is the incline itself. So it doesn't take a lot of movement to get a lot of results, and and I think maybe that's the hardest thing about TreadClimber. You're looking at it thinking, okay, it's kind of like a treadmill, only shorter. It doesn't look like it's doing that much. I mean, part of the reason to have Julie work out is so you can see her sweating through her shirt, because while it's comfortable and it's a familiar motion and it feels like walking, it's walking sort of just amped up a little bit, and not in a way that feels like higher impact or that it hurts your body, but in a way that burns a lot more calories. So the answer to the question, is literally it moves less than 10 inches, I think, between the treadles. I'll have to find out the real number, but it's not a lot. It's not a lot of movement. It doesn't take a lot of movement.
Yeah. If you're just joining us, I guess we should recap a little bit.
Yeah.
Rob, Julie, Aaron, we're all here at Bowflex. We're taking people through what it means to work out on the TreadClimber, and here to answer your questions, so please keep them coming in. I know that they are. We can probably take some more here in just a second. Just to recap very briefly, this is, I think, one of the easiest and most effective workouts on the planet. As I mentioned before, this is the gateway to fitness for me. It is truly bringing the world's most popular form of fitness, walking, to the masses, and actually creating a workout that's even more challenging than simply walking, than going out on the street and walking, and doing it in a way that makes it incredibly effective. You've got 3 different motions. You've got the walking motion of a treadmill. As you can see, it's just like a treadmill. Those treadles are moving backwards and Julie's walking forward. You've got the stepping motion of a stepper, and when you put those 2 things together, it creates an elliptical pattern as she's walking, which is incredibly low impact. And these treadles are just going to come up, they rise to meet her foot with every step. That's where the impact
Shock
is
absorber
eliminated.
absorbs the impact? Yeah.
Shock absorber, yeah, absolutely absorbs the impact.
More questions?
More questions?
Ron's asking, how reliable are these machines? It's a great question. Very reliable, I think, but of course I'd say that. I'm at Bowflex, right? Each TreadClimber comes with a warranty. We're proud of the quality of the product. We believe in it, so we back it with a warranty. But to answer the question maybe in a more personal way, the thing you got to do to take care of a TreadClimber is really, it's just one thing, and this is true of treadmills too. So if you choose to buy a treadmill, know this. You need to lubricate the belt. Not regularly, it's only a couple times a year. The idea here is that this belt that runs across the treadles develops friction, and the more friction it gets, the more you use it, the more friction it gets, and the more friction it gets, the more it drains or drives the motor. So the only thing you've got to do to maintain your TreadClimber and get years and years and years out of it is just to regularly lubricate the belts. If you do that, it'll last a lifetime.
Yeah, and again, that's something that you would do if you owned a treadmill as well. You can just buy the silicone lubricant over at your favorite Lowe's or Home Depot or wherever, and you just spray it right on.
So another question, John writes, will this hurt my knees and hips? What we always say, just to be really upfront about this, is if you have injuries or you have health issues, we always recommend you talk to a doctor before you buy the product. Let's make sure that you're ready for working out, because any workout, any amount of work can be stressful. But when it comes to low impact, this is the lowest, as low impact as you'll get in any kind of upright, standing, walking, running workout. The reason is it's actually less impact than walking on the ground because of these shock absorbers. Yeah. So hips and knees, I know that pain. I've got those pains. You're not going to have any significant impact with TreadClimber. It's going to be really comfortable in that regard. But as I say, always check the doctor. It's always a good thing to get started, the smart way. Yeah,
and if you can walk without pain, if you can walk up steps without pain, I think you will find that the TreadClimber works for you. Again, everyone's case is different, so keep that in mind. We can't tell you that you're not going to have any problems with it, but time and time again, the thing we hear most often is runners saying, I had to stop running. I couldn't do it. My knees just wouldn't take it anymore. I've got a lot of friends who are over 6 feet tall who have switched to the TreadClimber, who used to be runners, who used to be athletes, and this is their savior. This is what they do to keep moving because they've just pounded and abused themselves for so long.
I can relate to that. So Alma, this is an interesting question, and maybe Julie can help us with this. So Alma writes, I love to walk, but not on a treadmill. I haven't been able to pinpoint why. I really don't like being, and I've tried several different treadmills. So I walk a little more than 3 miles in an hour on a track. What difference would make me like the TreadClimber as opposed to a treadmill? And this is some of the stuff we've talked about, but I think it starts with, what does it feel like?
Well, I think that it's taking a familiar motion, like walking on a track, and it's making it challenging. So when you're walking on a track, you're walking flat, and while you have that speed, you don't have that incline. You don't have that challenge. You don't have that heart rate that's going up. So this machine does that. This machine does what that track is lacking, and that is the incline and the heart rate.
Yeah.
And the sweat. And the tears.
That's the big thing right there. I mean, you probably can't see it from on the camera very well. But Julie is working on the sweat, and I know that most people, when they go to the track, they're not getting this kind of a workout. You're getting a workout. You're getting your heart rate up. You're walking, even a brisk walk. It's great. It's good. Get moving. This takes it to the next level.
Right.
Absolutely.
And I think to add to Alma's question, so why do people get cardio equipment for the home? Well, they get it because, unlike the track, you can watch your favorite TV program. You can put your iPad on top of the console. You can create all those distractions that sometimes you need to stay motivated. That's one reason people do cardio in the home. Another, I think, important reason, beyond the low impact is, and you won't be able to see this in the console, and this is something you can look at online, and I wish we could show you better. Maybe figure out how to do this next time, but in the TC20 in particular, I think it's really motivating. The TC20 console has almost like a game built into it. So what's happening is, as you put more time and more distance on the machine in this workout, what you're doing is, there are 3 different landmarks. There's it looks like the Pacific Northwest, not surprising because that's where we are, right? So there's a mountain, there's something that looks a little like the Space Needle, and there's another sort of tower building. And what you do as you walk, the more you walk, the more each of those landmarks fills in. This sounds like a silly little thing, but to Alma's question, part of the reason you buy a machine is because you want the distraction, you want motivation. If you're not sure that that's really for you, I promise you, one of the magic sort of elements of this is, once you start filling out, the first tower, or the first mountain, or whatever else, that little game really works. It really motivates you. It's a very simple thing. It's not an Xbox video game. It's a very simple exercise. We spent a lot of time researching this and discovered, guess what happens? People, when you're halfway through, filling up the mountain, you want to finish.
Yeah. And
wanting to finish and getting it done, I mean, that's part of what makes the workout motivating and makes the machine so magic.
You also want to unlock the next landmark.
Right.
That as you're going through that process, you want to know what's next. You want to see what's coming. One of the other questions that was handed to me was Marsha. She wanted to know, do you have a special promotion going on at this time? Everybody who's watching, you can go to Bowflex.com and click on TreadClimber, or you can go to TreadClimber.com, and you can see the special promotions that will be going on right now. I believe it's $300 off the TC20, which is this machine right here, and a free mat, and is it free shipping as well? Yes, free shipping, and then, which is a really good deal. Yeah. And then $200 off the TC10, which is the mid-grade model. It's actually our best-selling model, and that's for $20 flat rate shipping. And that also comes with a free mat as well. Let's talk about the mat for a second. People have asked, hey, is this going to scratch up my floor? Is this something that I actually want to bring into my house? Should I leave it out in the garage?
That's actually a question about moving the machine too, which we haven't addressed. We should talk about that.
When it comes to the machine mat, it depends on how protective you are of the floors. There are feet on the machine that when you put down are designed to not scratch your floor. But for peace of mind, we always tell people, and in this case, it's free, so if you order today, you're going to get one anyway. Go ahead and toss it down. Or you can even toss it on a rug if you wanted to. I mean, whatever you've got, if you just want that peace of mind, absolutely, go ahead and put something on the ground. It's no different than any other piece of cardio equipment that you bring into your house.
And the mat, it's so, to describe it, it's sort of a real dense kind of foam rubber, so it won't rip. It's actually real cushioning as well. The idea is it sits on the machine, protects the floor. Also, frankly, protects it from sweat, because occasionally when you work out for half an hour or more, you're going to get a sweat on, and that sweat on your hardwood floors, on your carpets, or whatever else is a little bit, it's a little bit unhygienic. So
there's no shame in my sweat. I am proud.
You can wipe down. You can wipe down the mat when you're done. That's part of the magic of the. Let's see what else. I got a question around goal-oriented technology. We talked about the console a little bit. You'll see online if you're looking online, or you'll hear as you call in and talk to a sales representative about goal-oriented technology. So, hey, that noise was 30 minutes. Good job, Julie.
I made it to the top.
She just completed one of the landmarks we were describing before, which is great. So, goal-oriented technology is really about setting a goal for yourself. One of the things that we've learned as we've been in fitness for a long time is it's partly about setting yourself a goal. Whether that goal is 5 minutes, we talked about it early on. If you're just getting started, don't expect to work out for 30 minutes 3 times a week. That's a lot to ask. But each console, so every one of the TC5, 10, and 20 have a goal setting capability. And the idea is for you to measure each week, week in, week out, how much you're getting done, set yourself a goal to help keep yourself motivated to achieve it, and keep yourself on the machine.
The point about motivation, I think, is key. I mean, the thing we often tell people who ask us about the TreadClimber, should they bring it into their home? Number one, it's convenient. The idea that you're going to have this product in your home, in the next room, that convenience, don't underestimate it. Think about how many times, if you had a gym membership, think about how many times you didn't go because it wasn't convenient.
So that
convenience will take you to consistency. If you have it in the next room, you are more likely to use it again and again and again. So convenience leads to consistency, and consistency leads to success and results.
I actually have a story, if I can. We were at Blogger in New York City a couple of years ago, for all of our blogging fans out there, and we met one of the ladies there. Her name is Miss Lori, and Miss Lori actually ended up getting a TreadClimber. And she was that person who only could start at 5 minutes. And then she went to 10, and then 15, and she kept tweeting us about her journey. And so we love that, because we want to be here to motivate you guys. So if you have a story, you love your product, tweet us. It's at Bowflex. And we'd love to hear from you, also on Facebook. And we're here to keep you guys motivated.
Yeah, it's a really good point, because there's, hopefully you understand, if you just tuned in for a little bit, or whether you're looking online or dealing with someone in our call center, that we're really passionate about this stuff. We really love this stuff. We're really excited when people succeed at this.
Oh, absolutely.
And you're getting a product when you buy a TreadClimber from Bowflex, but you're also plugging into a big community. That community on Facebook is more than 330 or 40,000 people strong. We have a blog that we regularly post really interesting content to, some of which is just about staying motivated, staying on that workout path, that journey to fitness. That's bowflexinsider.com if you've not checked it out. We've got Twitter, we've got a lot of, in fact on Facebook I should mention, we have a nutritionist and a trainer, both there to help you through the journey. So
that's free.
Yeah, this is all part of the package. The idea is, we believe if you buy the product and you don't succeed, then we didn't really do our job. If you buy the product and succeed, you're going to tell more people about it. So, we're doing it because this is a business, but we're also doing it because we're actually really passionate about this stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, we're probably getting close to time to start wrapping up, but let's see if there's a few more questions for you guys. If you've got lingering questions out there, we haven't answered them, or if you came on late and you've got other questions about the speed of the TreadClimber, or can you really get a good workout, or whatever, please, let us know and let us tackle it now.
So here's one. This is a good one too. Kelly asks, as an almost 48-year-old female, my major fitness concern is maintaining tone in the muscles. How does this machine rate for muscle toning? Is it toning your muscles, Julie?
Feel it. And Kelly, you'll appreciate this, because you got it. All ladies out there got it. And that's the little, right here, the little cushion.
Right.
After you get off this machine, you feel it. You feel those muscles. Your calves, you feel it. Your arms, because you're holding the glutes. My back, you feel it, because it's completely.
Oh, look at that.
Okay, well that's a great opportunity to talk about that right there. Yeah.
Two-handsy.
So Julie was talking.
That's all muscle.
Julie was talking, and she was waving her hands around, and then she ended up pulling out the emergency stop cord. It's a safety feature that's actually built into the TreadClimber, which is a really good thing to actually point out, so I'm glad it happened. This feature...
Good job, Julie.
Julie, show them how big that is. It's just a simple little magnet. It clicks on right here. The other piece is a clip that actually just goes right on your shirt. And always use this. If for any reason you ever had to get away from the machine, or you stumbled or something, and weren't holding on, it stops.
Yep.
That's how safe this machine is.
You saw it stops instantly.
Yeah.
But it doesn't lose your information.
Right. You can keep it. You want to start again?
Yes.
But you've only been on 34 minutes.
Oh my gosh.
It stopped right where Julie, where she stopped the machine,
Right.
and she's going to be able to pick right back up. It didn't shut down. She's able to keep going.
Another thing about Kelly's question, so because the treadmill-like platform, that base is split into two, you're actually doing a lot of work to balance yourself.
Yes.
So from a muscle tone standpoint, what I love about TreadClimber is, you're going to get all of the muscle engagement you would get walking up a hill, which is a lot. Glutes, quads, hamstrings. I mean, your whole lower body is getting a lot of activation. What's cool about the fact that it's split is that it's actually forcing you on a level to balance and to engage, because one foot is going out from you and then the other foot's going out from you, under you that is, and we get a lot of core activation. So what's different about TreadClimber as opposed to a lot of cardio is there's a lot of core work, and everybody loves core work.
Yeah.
That's what everybody talks about these days, partly because it makes you look good, the flat stomach is great, but partly because core strength makes back pain go away, helps make your everyday activities, whether it's climbing or taking the kids to the park or whatever else is involved in your day, it makes those things easier, makes you a lot less prone to injury. So what I like to tell people when they ask about, well, can I get a muscle workout? It's not lifting weights. It's not doing bicep curls with
But you will feel it.
But you'll feel it.
You will feel it.
Absolutely.
In a good way.
And a good way.
Again, just a reminder, we're about to wrap up here, but if you have any other questions for us that you want us to try to tackle before we sign off, please let us know. This is the Bowflex TreadClimber. It is truly 3 machines in one. You're going to get that treadmill motion, that walking forward. You're going to get that stepper action right there in the front that really helps burn the calories, and it creates that smooth elliptical pattern with your feet every time you step. Incredibly low impact. Those treadles rise to meet your feet. We're going to ramp it up here. Julie's going to ramp it up a little bit and show you what her actual workout speed will be closer to.
Yep.
Julie's well over, I think I just looked, she's like 300 and something calories, and you have not been doing your normal workout speed. So this is in about 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So it's really...
Julie, the only thing I can think to add that we haven't touched on is what it looks like at 4.5 miles an hour. Do you want to try that? Do I want me to get on and show you? We've showed you sort of, because I think one of the questions is, will the machine grow with me? Like, what happens when I master 2.5 miles an hour? I mean, is it really going to be hard enough for me? I think the answer is yes. If you take a minute to get off, I'll get on for a quick moment and show you what 4.5 miles an hour looks like. It's easier for me because I'm a little bit taller, my legs are longer, so that would probably be
I'll grab my
best way
walker
to do
here
this.
too.
Okay.
So while Rob gets set up here, I think we're about to sign off, but I will remind everybody that we do have some special promotions going on that I would suggest you take advantage of if you can. This unit, the TC20, our top of the line unit, is currently going for, there's $300 in savings, there's a free mat and free shipping. The TC10, which is our best selling model, the middle unit is actually going with $20 flat rate shipping and the free mat.
There's 4.5 miles an hour.
There's 4.5 miles an hour. it's really,
It's a lot of work.
Yeah, once Rob settles in, you can see he can make it work, but he's hoping it. You
Yeah.
probably slow it down naturally. You probably go a little bit slower than
I never work out. I work out between 3.5 miles an hour and 4 miles an hour. And I'm 6 foot tall, and this is.
But going back to the question, what was the one guy's name? Do girls dig guys that work out on TreadClimbers? Here's your answer.
There you go.
We dig it. So I think from all of us here at Bowflex, we want to say thank you for tuning in. Keep the questions coming on social. Reach out to us on Facebook.
Yeah, we're always here, whether we're having a live event or not.
And,
on Twitter at Bowflex. We love hearing from you guys there.
And this was the first time we've done this. Give us feedback. Tell us how this went too. We'd love to know what didn't we cover. We'll make sure that we do it for you guys next time. So thank you very much. Again, Bowflex TreadClimber. All you have to do is walk.
Happy Friday!
See ya.